Morning students. In today's session, we will discuss the first machine exercises that is related to your syllabus. The name of your practical subject is Agri Informatics and the subject code is BSAG 31319. Myself is Neha Chadha. I'm working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering. I'm having 14 years of experience. I have done my MTech in Information Technology as well as MTech in Computer Sciences. In this practical session, we will discuss the taskbar, control panel, Windows Explorer, recycle bin, and my computer. These terminologies are not new to you, but exactly what does it mean, how it works, we will do in this session. Firstly, I will come to the taskbar. Taskbar is the long horizontal bar at the bottom of the screen. When you open your desktop, you can see there is a one horizontal line which is present at the bottom of your desktop. That thing is called the taskbar. Why it is called taskbar? Because over the taskbar, certain task has been displayed. Unlike the desktop, which can get obscured by the windows on top of it, the taskbar is visible almost all the time. The taskbar is having following section. First is the start button. As you can check over the desktop that there is a one start button is available which is used to open some start menu. The start button always exists over the taskbar. Then comes the quick launch toolbar, which lets you start programs with one click. You can quick launch means you can make some shortcut of your application and put over the taskbar. So you don't have to double click it or you don't have to open it by pressing the right click of your mouse. You can just open that particular application that is present over the taskbar just by one click. Then comes the middle section. In the middle section of the taskbar, which shows which programs and documents you have opened and allows you to quickly switch between them. Over the taskbar, you can put your own application as well as you can put the other documents that appears automatically as a task on your taskbar when you open it. Suppose you are working over some MS Office or some VLC media player but you haven't put any sort of icon over the taskbar for quick launch toolbar, then it will automatically appear until and unless you work over that particular application. Then comes the notification area. Notification area is present at the right side of your taskbar, which includes certain icons like clock and calendar, which communicates the status of certain programs and computer settings. There are certain other options are available that you can put over the notification area that will depend upon your requirement. And you can check when you put your system for battery charging, then the icon will appear at the right side of your notification area. This is an example of the taskbar. Here I have marked one arrow. The lowest thing that is present at the bottom of the desktop is called the taskbar, which contains task button, start button. As this is the snapshot that I have taken from my desktop. This is the taskbar of my desktop. You may have different type of taskbar because it will depend upon your usage that which quick launch services or which quick launch tools that you have given there. In my taskbar, there is a one start button, then Internet Explorer, then library folder, then window player, then KM player, then Google Chrome, then Zoom application. Then in the notification, but I haven't opened any sort of application, so there is no application appear. In the notification area, there are certain icons that will give the status, battery charging, and internet connections, as well as time and calendar service. Then comes the control panel. The control panel is a part of Microsoft Windows graphical user interface, which allow users to view and manipulate basic system settings and control by adding and deleting some hardware and softwares, controlling user accounts, changing accessibility options. Additional applets can be provided by the third-party software. Some inbuilt softwares are available in the control panel, as well as you can add third-party application depends upon your usage. Suppose you have downloaded VLC media player, but after some time you feel it, you don't require it. You can remove that particular program by going to your control panel. All these settings are available in the control panel. The control panel has been inherent part of the Microsoft Windows operating system. Then comes the snapshot of the control panel. Here you can check, this is also the snapshot of my desktop and my system. You may have different type of view at your system. Here it is written, adjust your computer settings. Here there is system and security. Either you want some sort of security for your system by creating some passwords and creating some guest account, you can put here. The network and internet connection facility, hardware and sound facility, program. Here you can check under the program there is uninstall a program. As I have given you one example that you can either remove or add your program. Remove and add means either you can uninstall your program or add your program. There is a facility that is called the program settings is there. User account and family safety is there. Suppose you want to give some parental control over some accounts, then you can give by making some guest account here. Then appearance and personalization. Here the themes and background settings are there. Some resolution of screen resolutions are there under here. Clock, language and reason is there. Ease of use. First thing I will clear you here that in the control panel settings, if you are working as an administrator, you are not in a guest account, then only you can change the settings of your system. Suppose you come at your college and you want to change the settings of your system, you want to change the date of your system, you want to change the time of your system, as well as you want to uninstall any program, you want to add any guest account, whatsoever the options are available here, then you can't do here, because at college you will enter over the system as a guest, not as an administrator. Only administrator is having the rights or privileges that he can manipulate with the settings of the system. No other user can manipulate the setting of the system. Then comes the Window Explorer. You must have heard about Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer is a thing where you can explore the internet. As Google Chrome is one of the browser that is available for your internet exploring. Explorer means you want to find out, you want to search out something. And if we're talking about Window Explorer, it is extremely different from your Internet Explorer. Don't mix the two terms. Internet Explorer and Window Explorer is the same thing. Internet Explorer is one thing that is related to network. When you are going to browse anything, when you suppose you want to access your mail, you want to access your Facebook, you want to access anything related to the internet, then you will go with the Internet Explorer. But when you want to search within your system, you want to explore, you want to get information related to your files, folders, drives, whatsoever is present in between your system, then you will use the Window Explorer. You can use it to see how your files are organized, how your files can be copied, how your files can be moved, renamed, as well as to perform various tasks related to your files, folders, drives. Then comes the snapshot of your Window Explorer. As in this presentation, you can see there is a layout of desktop, that what is present over the desktop. This is given hierarchical view, that what is present over the desktop. Some files are available, some folders are available, some drives are available. As you can check over the desktop, then my documents and my computer. Under my computer there is a C drive which contains another some folders, then D drive, E drive, depend upon your system. Each system is having different type of Window Explorer, different type of content. I will give you one example to understand it. You all are having some phones, all persons are having different type of applications over it, right? That means all are putting an application or installing an application depending upon their usage. It is not mandatory that you all have to install it. Okay, then this thing is called, as I'm saying, it varies from system to system. This thing is called that, as a say Windows Explorer will be different for different system. Then you may have different type of drives. You may have 2 drives, 3 drives, 3 drives, depend upon how many partitioning you have done while installing the operating system. Then comes the recycle bin. Recycle bins means all your deleted items and deleted files, folders, whatsoever are there will be in the recycle bin. When you delete a file or folder, it is not deleted permanently. It will be put in the recycle bin. As in the recycle bin, if any item will exist, you can restore it. If it is in the duration, that you can restore it. After 30 days, the content of the recycle bin will be get erased. It will again depend upon the operating system. Some operating system hold your deleted items for months, for years, but some operating systems give you a timeline that after 30 days your content will be get removed or erased. Then you can't restore it after that particular timeline. If you are in a timeline, then you will check over the recycle bin, your item will exist. This is the certain icons that are available, that varies from Windows 98, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8 and Windows 10. The icons have been changed from Windows to Windows. Then last comes the My Computer. In the My Computer, we're having some drive partitioning, that whatsoever be the size of your hard disk, then it will be partitioned, and you can check here that how many partition has been done. You can always check that when you open your My Computer, your local disk will start for C. It can't start from A and B. The reason is, firstly, A and B is reserved for floppy disk. Earlier, when the floppy disk were available, when that particular floppy drive was available in the system, there was no sort of USB or pen drives were there. People used to generally use floppy disk. Then 2 drives were fixed with the name of A and B for the floppy disk. And hard disk partitioning depth will start from C up to, depend upon how many partitioning you have done. As in this snapshot, you can check there is a floppy disk with the name of A, then there is a single floppy disk. So there is no any B drive is appearing here. If I'm inserting any other floppy disk, then the icon will appear again with the floppy disk and B drive. And then there is a local C, D, E, and E. That means your hard disk is divided into three parts, C, D, and E. Only three partition has been done. Sometime you can partitioning it more. It is not mandatory that you can divide your hard disk into three parts only. You can divide it into many parts depend upon your usage. Then there is a compact disk. Suppose I want to insert a CD drive here, then my drive name will be F here because after E alphabetically it comes F. It can't come randomly, it comes alphabetically.